This moral code of yours, it's new, isn't it? It's something where you've just gone, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. Hi, my name's Dee and welcome to Sunchild Tarot. Now this is a general reading for Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, possibly Saturn and Jupiter at the moment. You might want to examine in your chart since there's a lot of that going on, but I say there's a lot of it going on. Everything's in Capricorn at the moment. So, as a general reading rules apply. They're all down in the description anyway, but roles can be reversed if there are other people appearing in this reading. My readings can be quite person-centered. Timing's not absolute. You know, this affects when it affects, whether it's last week, next week, today, whatever. Any other details, they're down there. But the one thing I would like you to do is come to this reading with a question. So pause the video if you have to. Be aware of all of the questions that are around you and focus on one of them, because basically energy in, energy out. Be aware of them all though, because the cards will answer whatever they want to and not necessarily what you or I think is the most relevant question. So with no further ado, let me bring up the cards. If it'll let me. I think I've done all my blurb, but I'll remember something in a moment, no doubt. Right, so as I was shuffling the Oracle decks, as you will see the shuffle the video, it'll appear somewhere here in your screen once I switch screens again. 3 Oracle cards flipped over. Waxing Gibbous, Moon, Will, Prometheus, Altruism, and Dragonfly, Emergence. And that really gave some context to the cards that I'm seeing here. But I just want to show you the bottoms of the decks. We have the Two of Wands, the King of Swords, and the Star. So, switch cameras again, and oh no, that side. Shuffle video there in a sec. It looks like you've been having quite a tough time of it, to be honest, Gemini. We've got as the present card the Ten of Swords. It's almost like there has been some painful but liberating revelation that's come to you. Some news, some information, some understanding, something that has come in from outside and made you go, oh, but it's actually helping put an end to some illusions that you've been under, some misconceptions, or whether someone's lied to you. I don't think necessarily someone's lied to you, but I think that maybe rather than balancing two opposing forces recently, you've been more interested in the might haves, could have beens, maybes, and not necessarily paying attention to that which is actually around you. It's you was more looking for the nuance than the actual fact that was in front of your face. But that was coming from a place of sorrow. We have the Five of Cups here. And I also get the impression that you're very much sticking to the rules. It's like there's a code that you have decided to live by, and you're sticking to that come what may. So that's a lot of random things just thrown together. Let's get this. Whatever this code is that you're sticking to at the moment, it has been shaped by not necessarily understanding or knowing the full truth of a situation that is around you. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I meant to say. If the past and the present of this don't fit, then the reading's probably not for you. It'll be for another Gemini out there. And I've got to let the cat in. Please excuse me. Yeah, but look, we're going to go on camera. All right, look. And this is the offending little madam that keeps wanting to come in and out and in and out during my readings. Well, there you go. There you go. So, sorry about that. But hey, she's finally appeared in the video rather than just being this spectre in the background. Right, where was I? Yes, so there is some revelation that you have received at the moment that's left you. This moral code of yours, it's new, isn't it? It's something where you've just gone, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not playing these games anymore. Sorry, I'm just trying to focus the camera. But if you look at this will do it. You look at this Nine of Pentacles, it's a very shape-shifting card, but also notice the owl, which will be here. Yeah, that works. The owl, which is their wisdom coming in, standing on your own 2 feet, changing your shape, and centering your efforts on your own heart center for a change. And I say for a change because recently, what's led up to this was news coming to you that was a little indistinct. And that's where I think you've been able to hear one thing and make up 10 in your mind. There has almost like your imagination has run away with you because you've got like one small part of a story and your own brain has gone, well, if that's happened, then it could be this, it could be this, it could be this, and what if it's that, and what if it's that, and just whirling round and round and round. And I think initially you was a bit ambivalent about it. You was a bit sort of, yeah, it doesn't really affect me, but it came to affect you more and more and more, and you were seeing things that you were losing through this. It was an illusion. It was not that you were losing things, but now let me get that right. Yes, you might have lost something through it, but you haven't lost half as much as what you think you have. Right, that's how I'm wanting to say it. Because we have the tower here, but this tower, it's almost like there's that dive into shadow has made you value what you want, what you don't want, what you want, what you don't want, constantly working it over. There's a yes, no going on with that Two of Pentacles that I've got buried under here and I can't pick up. But you was wanting to forge ahead, but you didn't necessarily have the oomph to forge ahead. But whatever this recent news is, has made you not necessarily have the oomph to forge ahead, but I know what I'm doing now, and it's about time. And like I say, you haven't lost half as much as what you thought you had because you are set up materially, resource-wise, or you're in the right place, you know the right people, whatever, for the next stage of whatever it is that you are doing. It's funny, there's no sense of cutting anybody out here. Even though there's been this news that you've been finding out and stuff, there's no sense of you going to anywhere, yeah, no more. But it is time now for you to use what you've got and start working, because there is a challenge coming to you. There is the potential of what appears to be conflict. But this Five of Wands, and bear in mind that the Five of Wands can be a lot more good-natured than the Five of Swords. It is conflict, but it's often more a conflict of ideas, a debate. Conflicting pieces of news coming in is another aspect. But this Five of Wands creature, whatever he is, reminds me of one of those silly little friendly creatures off of, like, not Pokemon, there's some Pokemon, Digimon, Bakugan, those sort of cartoons where all the kids go, oh no, you're ugly and scary, and it turns out that they were his best friend after all, you know. There's some news and some conflict coming around you that is actually going to set you up lovely. And I think that although there may be tension at the start of that, the people that you are initially in conflict with are going to turn out to be quite good allies, because things with this are coming to a head. Let's face it, there's been enough rapid movement recently, there's been enough rapid change recently, and that balance that you was having to keep before, now it is coming into balance. You just have to be careful that you are not ignoring anything that's happening now. You want to be ignoring the shadows, the darkness, the suggestions, and sticking with cold, hard facts. So let's see what we're going into. Lovely new direction with the Ace of Wands. There's then immediately clarified by the Hangman. So stop. But with this Hangman, I'm feeling more that there's some wisdom coming to you. And this new start is almost going to like flood over you. And for a while, you're going to be a little bit paralyzed before you have the full nerve to step forward and go into the role that has been shaped out for you. But it is time for you to plan how next you want your world to be, because the resources are certainly coming around with you, and you're going into the phase of the Queen of Wands, professional, powerful, lucky as well. There's insight, but your words, whereas before you was too obsessed with what you've lost, so your words didn't have a lot of meaning to other people, but now your words do mean something to people, because you've established this code, because you've gone, no more, I've had enough of this, this is where I'm going. And okay, you've made that decision, and the world has also gone, oh yes, that's where you're going. So I think that, there's 6 of one and half a dozen of the other, because the world's picked you up and shoved you in a direction, and you've gone, you want me to go in this direction? Damn right, I'm going to go in this direction. So you're agreeing with the world, because we have the Chariot. I've forgotten the word. Clarified. I was going to say confirmed by, but that'll do. Clarified by the Chariot. There is motion. Things are changing around you, but people are seeing that you have access to a lot more resources and magic than what you had before. Okay, so I don't think that you've necessarily been viewed in that fashion in the recent past, because whatever it is that had been going on, whatever it is that had been going on started as a form of wish fulfillment for you, and then you realize that you wished for the wrong thing. As simple as that. I really want to do this. Oh God, I'm doing this now. Sort of, we've all done it. We've all got to this is where I want to go, and oh, why did I want to come here? But what's shaping your actions at the moment? Okay, so in the past, now this is not so much distant past as a relevant past. It's shaping how you are acting at the moment. You had a most definite new beginning. We've got Ace of Pentacles and Death with the thrusting forward force of the King of Wands. So yes, there was great change that came to you. And although everything was, it was big change, it didn't necessarily affect you on a material level. No. Sorry, she wants to go out again. And then we have the Ace of Cups, clarified by the Ace of Cups, and the Five of Cups. So you launched yourself on a new dream that you was all passionate about, and then it sort of fell to pieces, even though you had the material for it. So yeah, I think that's more not that distant. It's what's led into this current situation. But where you're heading to right now, we have Judgment and Justice and the Knight of Wands. So if you're in a conflict with somebody and you're in the right, you win. If they're in the right, they win. But it is creating a change for everybody around you. You get transformed by this. Everybody else gets transformed by this. What's the phrase they always use on TV series? And nothing will ever be the same again. And I think that, yes, there is an element of nothing will ever be the same again. So you need to plan accordingly to get through this. You are going to be having to rely mainly on your own. There's certain things that you're just going to wander off and go, yeah, I'm not doing that anymore. But you've already got the impetus for this. But the information and dreams that will be coming to you are going to be really, really quite interesting. That justice thing still carries on. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to those snippets of information, and you may be thinking, yeah, I've got my path, but hey, that would be interesting. It will. Maybe not right now. File it away. It will be useful later. Or it may help you on an issue that you are coming up against, and you go, but what if I try it the same way that they did that I thought was so interesting? No. Excuse me. The minute I start filming, she's jealous of the camera or something. I don't know. So anyway, where was I? I've totally lost my track. Feel like that you're worried about the amount of work that this new path is going to take you, and that you're not going to get recognized with it. And is there an element of you're worried that you'll have a little bit too much power here, but you are going to be able to manifest. And the whole point is this is a journey of you coming into your power. So don't be scared of it. As long as you are sticking with the right reasons, Prometheus here with altruism, this is your time of emergence. And it sorts out quite nicely. 10 of Pentacles, Page of Pentacles. So you are achieving a new level with this, but there the journey is not finishing. You are then stepping on to the next level from the 10 to the Page. And there is always more information that will be coming to you. There's a transmutation that will be coming to you. Queen of Swords here, and it looks like a naga, a serpent-bodied woman. But it's almost like she's got her arms outstretched in prayer. She's waiting for some form of transmutation to come into being, much like, say, a kundalini arising, the serpent power bursting up through your body. So you are just setting foot right now on a period of great change, evolution, coming into your power. So let's look what the potential is. Okay, don't expect all this to happen overnight. Temperance. There is a balancing of different forces that need to come into being. Things have been fast recently. You can expect them to slow down a little bit as you solidify what your new code and your new aims are going to be. But there isn't a need to be defensive, and don't be discouraged. Stick using your will. Keep moving forward, because the dream that you're after at the moment has still got to grow, but there is illumination at the end of it. So we've got the Prince of Cups here for that dream. It has, as for all I know, that could be Cupid at the back there. It's an angel with a bow and arrow. So if there's a love aspect to this, yeah, stick at it, you're getting there. But this is not a relationship with others reading. This is a relationship with self reading. There is you getting rid of a lot of errors, illusions, things where you've lied to yourself, or you've just got the wrong end of the stick about things, and it's helped send your mind off into all sorts of different directions. And now this recent news has gone, right, enough. Because that I know, That I don't know, and that I got completely wrong. So there's quite a lot of change going on. But although it's going to be quite painful, you've been through most of the pain, and you've been through. This is probably right now is the culmination of all that coming to a head. And what is coming out of that is a whole new you, a whole new code, a whole new direction, a whole new way of you relating to the world and to other people from a place of power within you, rather than a place of sort of loss and mistrust within you. So, again, as long as everything that you do is for your good and others' good. Okay, so I'm not saying do things just for others' good. It's got to be for your good as well. But don't do things just for your good. Do things for your good and somebody else. The guardian angel of service. I offer the best of my talents and goodwill, making my place in the universe a better one. And then the guardian angel of young love. I accept love with gratitude. I am opened and made whole by its beauty, which I think is tied in with this Prince of Cups card, but I think I'm going to come back to this. Right. Okay. I'm just going to read these out because there's no point otherwise. Luck is on your side. Coming into power. I step into my power boldly and confidently. Communicating freely, I communicate from the depths of my being. Intention from the Enchanted Map Oracle. Make sure that your intent is not so much the destination, it's how you're going to get there with this code from the Hierophant. Even though you think that you might be picking up quite a heavy burden, this is based on stuff that you've been taught when you was younger, and you didn't necessarily always. There's someone in your past that who has shown you by their own actions and by talking to you, this is how to behave. And now, because you've gone through this shadow period, you're gone, huh? And there, I thought I knew what they were talking about, but now I know what they're talking about. Fortune is on your side. It is time for taking steps and making sure that your connection to those that are around you, again, that altruism business, is solid. But you've got to break the patterns that you have been under recently. And when I say recently, this could be the last year, this could be the last few years. I don't necessarily mean last week. These are longer term patterns that, even though what I've been discussing could have occurred over the matter of some weeks or some months, how you have reacted to them, how you let your mind run away with itself, is a pattern that's been going on for a while. Sorry. Right, so you're being guarded, you're guided with this. Trust your instincts and accept that which is around you. And that's accept that is fact, not that is implication, innuendo, anything like that. Whatever I face, I remain true to myself and faithful to my ideals. Which again is backing up this Hierophant card, this whole new code. So you've done most of the interior work now, because you have this code set up in your mind. If you don't, you soon will have. But you do need to have faith. You need to have a little bit of humility, which is why you have got to make sure that you're looking after you and others. And it is time to stop the denial. Go outside. Cordelia, you have been indoors too long. Go outside and get some fresh air. And yeah, with this earlier stuff, I mean, that fresh air might be, do get some fresh air. But I'm thinking that's more in a metaphorical sense as well. Because with this Five of Cups and the moon energy here, it's the equivalent of sitting in a darkened room thinking the worst. Open the drapes, get outside into the sunshine, feel the breeze on your face, feel the things that you have control of and that you have no control of. And the things that you have no control of are nowhere near as bad as what you think they are. Just act with care and compassion. Choose to be love. Do what is right for everyone involved. There's that altruism again. Offer a helping hand. You are getting set up in a position where you can do a lot for yourself by doing stuff for other people. But right now, what you have, I can just hear the mutter, but I've been doing this for other people. Yeah, but you've been doing it from a point of feeling loss. You've been doing it for the wrong reasons, either for the looking to get the wrong thing out of it, or looking to salve something in yourself, rather than the fact of, hey, they just need it, and where there's so much now that you can learn from helping other people and do the helping just because you want to help and you like them, and you are going to benefit from this experience because you're going to learn something new, meet new people, whatever it is. But you don't need anybody taking the mick out of you again. But I think more to the point, the biggest culprit of someone taking the mick out of you has been you with your worrying. So if that means anything to you, Gemini, what we on? 24 minutes, probably a lot shorter by the time I edit out all the time I let the cat in and out and in and out. She's going in a pie later. Comment down below. Please click subscribe while you're there. And in the meantime, Happy New Year. Looks like you've got a lot of work ahead of you. And for a change, it's going to start being fun. Cheers.